Let's get right on into it, folks. XRP, quick look at the 15-minute chart. Big pullback this morning, and I didn't trust this rally that we got yesterday up to $1.46. I had noted to my Discord in our Discord weekly call yesterday that I didn't like the weekend pumps. They're hard to trust with the volume low. It's easy to manipulate. And so we did flush it back out here, and you can see we've, in the short-term time frame here, Thursday, again on Friday, and then this morning, Sunday, we did come back to about $1.37, $1.38. And so we'll see what happens here. But I do not think that the absolute low is in yet, but the bottom signals are starting to show themselves. One of the data points that we're looking at is on-chain activity, XRP Ledger. Daily successful transactions have jumped about 40%, approaching 2.5 million per day, pointing to rising real network usage even as XRP remains below key moving averages. Vet put together a nice little list right here of the transaction distribution over the past 24 hours because we don't want to just run with these headlines and push out the hype and the hopium unless we can back it up, right? It's just like what we're going to do here in today's video, showing you the real 13F filings with the SEC of these investment banks and hedge funds that do have XRP exposure. Not just speculating and putting out some clickbait, actually delivering the data. And I appreciate Vet for the work that he's done for the XRP community in helping us understand. And so SBI has started to burn the Expo 2025 NFTs a few days ago. They were meant to only be used for the event last year. So some of that activity that we're seeing on the ledger is coming from that. But we are seeing a lot more withdraw and deposit transactions for the AMMs. And he does suspect that the First Ledger XRP RLUSD incentive program might be spurring some of that activity, which I do want to give a shout out to First Ledger. Not only did they bring some meme coin activity to the XRP Ledger, which I always say, if you're going to be a degen and have some digital casino somewhere, we might as well give a space for the degens to go trade the meme coins on the XRP Ledger so they can go burn XRP, lock up XRP while they trade their fuzzy wuzzy pudgy penguins, right? So all jokes aside, the activity on the XRP Ledger is good. We need more. And we're not done. And we've been talking about the amendments and the DeFi capabilities. It's exciting out here. But unfortunately, a lot of retail holders are missing that. They're getting scared out. We've been at levels of extreme fear. This is the longest, actually, that we've been levels out of extreme fear. And so retail capitulation is happening. And I think that this is a mistake. Folks are selling off, realizing losses at a pace that we haven't seen in quite some time. And this, by the way, is a bottom signal. And last time that we saw this, XRP doubled in price. So this is why I say I think that a lot of people are going to be kicking themselves and regretting selling their XRP at a loss. I mean, if you're wash trading, which consult your tax professional, then I understand it, right? Selling at a loss, buying back your bag, being able to harvest that loss for tax reasons, I get that. But if you're capitulating at this moment, giving up your XRP bag and not getting back in, I think that you're going to be regretting that decision big time. XRP has seen its largest on-chain realized loss spike since 2022 when the previous weekly milestone of 1.93 billion in realized losses occurred 39 months ago. XRP proceeded to jump 114% over the next 8 months. Significant realized losses happen when a large number of investors sell their coins at a price lower than what they originally paid. This usually coincides with fear taking over. When traders panic and capitulate, they lock in their losses instead of holding and hoping for a rebound. While this feels negative in the moment, it can actually be an important price signal. If many weak hands have already sold, there may be fewer sellers left to push prices lower. And eventually you just push it so low, all of the sellers are done and gone. Those that get scared, shaken out, they leave, they exit, and then we rebound and bounce with a hard relief rally, which is coming right around the corner. In simple terms, a wave of heavy realized losses can mean that much of the damage has already been done. Historically large spikes in realized losses often show up near market bottoms. This is because extreme fear tends to peak before price does. Once the sellers are exhausted, even a small amount of new buying pressure can push prices higher. Cue up my market cap multiplier that we've been talking about, right? Doesn't take much in liquidity coming in to push XRP up significantly. This is where people get left behind. They have no idea what they're doing. They've completely forgot, or they're ignoring or distracted from the fundamentals. They're coughing up this bag at the worst time. Hopefully that's not you. Okay, so that's from sentiment. We're getting ready to break out. The bottom is very close, and that's why I put out this tweet observing a lot of bottom signals. Now, that doesn't mean that the bottom is in. It means that we're very close. And so, these people will take this tweet and then say, oh, Zach called the bottom. No. I'm saying that we're very close. Very, very close. And so we have our orders placed to the downside. I'm going to be buying XRP at $1.07. If you want to front run $1 with me, you can. I'm not going to give you financial advice or tell you what to do. I'm just sharing my opinion, my analysis, and the trades that I'm taking, which is buying more XRP at $1.07 if we go back down there. And so here I am on the daily chart looking at XRP. We weren't surprised by this fake out up to $1.67. The CME gap sits above us at $1.74. So I wouldn't be surprised to see us run up one more time before we get that flush out. The big catalyst that I'm looking for now is the Iran strikes. We already got the Supreme Court ruling on Trump tariffs, which, didn't really bring us down all that much. But President Trump could fire up some more tariffs to do some damage. We'll be ready for that. But we came back down here to $1.11, right? That was at the start of the month. And I'm expecting us to double bottom out, come back and retest these levels between $1.20 and 95 cents sometime between now and the beginning of March. March 3rd is a date that I have marked off. Could happen a few days before, a few days after. This is the time frame. This is the price range. We're not trying to hit it perfectly, but we are prepared for that to happen. So I'm just telling you guys, I'm seeing a lot of bottom signals, a lot of drama between XRP ledger validators, a lot of drama between influencers. It's just silly. It's just silly. You know what I'm saying? And it's a bottom signal, right? When everybody's frustrated at the bottom, instead of taking accountability, they want to lash out at an influencer. They want to lash out at something else, right? Go get a workout in. Go touch some grass. All this unnecessary drama is just silly. And for me, like I said, we're just going to sit back, let the market come to us, fill up our orders, and then we're going to prepare for that rally. That's how we're going to prepare for that rally, that bounce. And I do expect XRP to double in no time. It's going to catch a lot of people off guard, and then we'll be back above $2. We'll be back above $3, and then we'll be at an all-time high. And a lot of people will be regretting coughing up their bags at these prices that we're currently at. You guys let me know in the comments down below, though, what you think XRP is going to do as far as bottoming structure here. Do you think that we revisit $1? Are we going to break below $1? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.